Master manifester, manifesting my reality, visualizing it, and bringing that vision closer and closer until I'm living that. I'm a master manifester, y'all. I've been manifesting for years. I've been writing this way for years, and I'm loving it. If you one of the chosen, then you're a manifester too. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that. Using other people's imagination to create your reality. That's what this video is about. Manifesting off the imagination of other people. Before I get into that, I want to answer a question that come from the other video. The other video was titled, Chosen Ones Must Write Our Own Programs. It's a video talking about writing our own program. So this person sends me an email and they say if the Forever 21 spell, they said spell, if the Forever 21 spell worked, why don't you look 21? LOL. And you know the emoji that's crying, they got it sideways and it's just pouring out tears and all of that. And they wrote a bunch of more stuff, but let me answer that question for them. Now, I would be offended if this was 10, 15 years ago. I would be offended. But I know about NPCs, and I know that NPCs just want a little attention. So let me give this NPC a little attention, and hopefully everybody learn from this. The reason I don't look 21 is because I never want to look 21 again. When I was 21, I was hideous. My beard wasn't full. My nose was swollen and fat. I still had acne. It was like I was still leaving out of puberty. I didn't look like this. So when I did the Forever 21 spell, I'm gonna call it a spell. When I did the Forever 21 spell, I wasn't doing it to look 21. That's ridiculous. I don't want to look 21. It was so that I could feel 21. And yes, at the end of it, I felt 21. But guess what? Although I didn't look 21, I don't think that I would ever look 21 again, just like I would never look 12 years old again, no matter how much reverse aging I do. But this is what happens. This is what happens. Let me explain this real quick. What happens is when you get deeper and deeper into the Forever 21 program or spell, then you start thinking younger. You start thinking younger. Then you start feeling younger. And then you start looking younger. So even though it started off as me wanting to feel younger, as I'm running, I'm starting to think younger. At first, my mind was just closed in, like a person who only want to listen to the blues, or a person who only want to listen to Tupac all day. That's stuck. You see, that gets you old. I made a video about this. I ran into a monk in Long Beach, and he told me how people get old. We allow the water to become a stagnant lake instead of a flowing river. You see, we're like 78, 80% water, right? So we have to keep flowing. We have to keep having new experiences and stuff. But there come a time in our life around late 30s, early 40s where we get stuck. We get stuck in our ways. We don't want to listen to the new music and the new generation. They want to show us new things, our children and grandchildren. And, we just brush it off. See, that's making the water stop. And when the water stops, it becomes stagnant and it becomes a lake. This is how a person get old. But if the water continue to flow, you continue to have new experience. I know what K-pop is. I know what BTS and Stray Kids and this guy named Jokoob. I know about Korean corn dogs and all types of things of this generation. See, that's what I'm saying. As I was running, I was thinking younger. You hear what I'm saying? I started thinking younger before I was running, before I was doing the Forever 21 program. I was creating this program. Before I was creating it, I was thinking old. I didn't want to hear nothing new that my children had to say. You hear what I'm saying? So that's what happened. I started thinking younger. And then I started feeling younger. I started taking deep breaths and all of that. And then I started looking younger. And no, I didn't look 21, but I looked better than anybody that was my age that's not doing it. You hear what I'm saying? See, I fell off. The Forever 21 a lot of times because I was trying to look 21. There came a time that I was like, all right, I already feel like it. I look good. Now let me look a little better and a little better. Then I start going to the gym and seeing guys that was 21 and comparing myself to them and 25-year-old guys and, just younger guys. And I started falling off because I get depressed. Then I realized I'm going to just stay in my lane. Everybody that's my age within 5 years, that's who I'm looking at. So the people I went to school with, shit, I do look 21 compared to their ass. There's nobody that went to school with me that was around when I was young that got a damn six-pack. You hear what I'm saying? Even the skinny guys that I hung around is out of shape. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I don't look 21, because I don't want to look 21. I want to have a gray beard. I just don't want to look old and played out and dusty. I do want to look classic. I'm not one of them guys that want to look 18 forever. I think that shit is crazy. I want to age gracefully. But I do want to feel 21 forever, though. Now, that's different. You hear what I'm saying? I hope you understand. I don't want to disrespect you or anything. I know you was trying to crack a joke because I crack jokes and stuff like that. But if you ever write me anything like that again, I'm going to block your ass. Now, let's talk about using other people's imagination to create your reality. I want to say thank you to everybody that like. I want to say thank you to everybody that comment, everybody that sends energy, your validation. Yes, I like the validation. I love the validation. I don't love the validation more than the Most High, but I need the validation. And anybody that says they don't need the validation, they a lie, or they just don't know energy. They don't know how it works, right? What's the use of singing a song if there's nobody there to listen? Once 2 people like it, then 4 people like it. The more people like it, the more it becomes alive, the more it exists. Yes, I like the validation. In order for me to create the YouTube page that I want to create and have it flow like I want it to flow, I'm going to need some people to validate this shit. Now, you will have a content creator say, I don't look for validation. Don't look for nobody's validation. And at the end of their video, they say, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All of that shit is validation, man. I think people just be saying stuff because they heard a person who they consider to be smarter than them say it. Like if Billy Carson say it, then it's okay to say it. Not saying that Billy Carson said anything like that. I'm just giving an example. You hear what I'm saying? Yes, I like the validation. I don't go out and search for it. I just do a good job. I bake a cake. I serve it to the people, and when they say they like the cake, oh, I really like that, man. I like the hand clap. That's energy. I bet it's somebody like, look, man, this food just looking for approval and likes and views. Yes, I'm looking for likes and views. How would it feel to make a video and nobody watch it? Nobody comment? Be quiet, man. We all need each other. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We all need each other, man. Manifesting off the imagination of another person. If I was to take a picture like I did, the picture that I be using, one of the pictures that I use, I have the afro. I'm sitting up straight on a weight bench. I'm in the same spot that I make the videos. I'm real lean. Right there, that picture. There's a lot of people that look at that picture that like that picture. So what happens when a lot of people like that picture? It makes it easier for me to stay in shape. Believe it or not, it makes it, you guys are making it easy for me to stay in shape. Why? Because y'all like the picture. So what happens? You start to visualize that picture, right? And you start to bring that vision closer and closer into I'm living that reality. Why? Because I'm manifesting off of y'all imagination. Now, I know that sounds like it's selfish, but no, that's nature. That's what we do. Let's talk about dreadlocks. I remember back in the 80s, I think Whoopi Goldberg and Bob Marley was the only famous people with dreads. Now, there was a lot of Rastas and stuff with dreads, Peter Tosh and all of that. But I'm talking about really extremely mainstream. The first one I seen was Whoopi Goldberg. I remember when I was younger and I seen dreads on just different people in the neighborhood, like Jamaicans or Belizeans. I always was fascinated. I remember I asked this one dude that was in my class, because he was Belizean and his whole family had dreads. And he was like, I was like, how long do it take? And he was telling me. And I remember dreads used to take years. That's why when you see a Rasta with the dreads down his back, you already knew that it took 20, 30 years back then. But now you can get dreads hanging down your back in 4 or 5 years. Why? Because it's more energy in dreads now. So many people like dreads now. So the dreads grow faster now. Now it's all different types of dreads. It's red dreads and dreads with zigzags and all types of shit. I've seen some beautiful dreads. Now, if we go back to the 80s, to the late 70s and stuff like that, yeah, it was people with dreads, but they grew real slow. Everybody said that they was ugly. They looked at like dookie locks. I remember all of the jokes, and being that people didn't like them, People didn't validate them. They didn't grow. They didn't have no life. We could talk about the trucker hats. Trucker hats been around for decades. Nobody cared about a trucker hat. When you thought about a trucker hat, you thought about a fat white trucker that chewed tobacco. Then For Real came out with the trucker hat, and now everybody wearing a trucker hat. Everybody, at least they was. I haven't seen none in Albuquerque, but everybody, it became a big thing. The Jordans go out of style. Then all of a sudden they come in style. And just by them coming in style, it's like they get shinier. These is the same damn shoes they made 30 years ago. They even charging you more. See, this is what makes us powerful. We create their reality by liking it. This is why they always have to be in front of us. If we don't see it and we don't like it, it doesn't exist. Even them. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that's putting their self in front of us just so that they can exist. Without us, they don't exist. We create their reality by liking it. A person, your neighbor, they can be going bankrupt and down to their last dollar. They will go out and get a car loan, a brand new car, an expensive car, and park it right in front of your house, wash it, just so that they could manifest off your imagination. I'm not the only one that knows this. Look, they're going to park their expensive car right in front of your house, make you see it. They're going to make you see it. You haven't felt like that before, like they're trying to make you? You never wondered, like, why is this person doing everything they can to make me see them, make me jealous of their new car? I don't give a shit about their new car. You want to know why? Because they're trying to manifest off your imagination. Half of these people be in the house broke, but they know this. They know this. So what would you do? You would see it on Monday, and then you will imagine, especially if it's a beautiful car, you would be like, wow, they got money. You would say that they got money, right? You wouldn't say that they broke. Even though they're broke, you wouldn't say that your neighbor was broke if you just seen them pull up in an expensive car. You would say they got money. And the next day you would say they got money. And since you're a manifester and you visualizing them got money or hit the lottery or got a raise or got an inheritance, you trying to figure it out. See, this is why I ignore all of that. I'm not giving nobody no damn energy that I don't like. Because I know what they be doing. I'm telling you what they be doing. And then all of a sudden they start getting all of these opportunities. They start getting the money. Now they can afford the car and they might just buy another one. And you sitting up there wondering how they getting all of this because they manifesting off your imagination. It's real easy to do. Let's take a guy named Billy. Let's call him B. Let's take B. B go to the gym. He do everything he could do to get with the ladies. But the ladies, they not feeling B. For some reason, they just not feeling him. So he got this idea. He talked to his uncle. His uncle tell him about manifesting off of their imagination. His uncle tell him how, and then he say bingo. So the next day, he come to the gym with a beautiful woman. Nobody knows this woman but B. B brings her to the gym. B doesn't talk to no other woman but this beautiful woman. The next day, B brings another beautiful woman, and then the day after that, B brings another one. Eventually, them women that's looking is going to start approaching B, because they're going to start visualizing B either having money or good sex. You know, they're going to start saying, I bet you B got a summer sausage. That's why B is with all of them women. They're going to start feeling it. They're going to start manifesting B having all of these women, and they're going to be one of them. Now, the question is, what if all of those beautiful women that B brung to the gym was his relatives? One was his sister, one was his auntie, and one was his cousin. He slept with none of them. He wasn't in a relationship with none of them. Would it still work? Yes, it'll still work. Remember, the rappers in hip hop back in the days, they didn't have no money. They had big chains, they had the car, the MTV cribs. We manifested all of this damn money in hip hop for their ass. We visualized the rappers having all of that money. I didn't know that they was really broke like TLC and all of that. Inside my mind, they was all rich. And then the money started pouring in. You hear what I'm saying? The whole music industry got rich off of our imagination. The video game industry, especially the movie industry, if we don't like it, it don't exist. And the more people like it, just like with B in the gym. It's going to be a woman, she going to be curious. She going to be like, damn, old girl is beautiful. What's she doing with B? I wouldn't give B a chance. Then another woman's going to look. Now that's two. And when they see B with another woman, they're going to say, oh my God, now that's four women looking. B's going to start manifesting women. You hear what I'm saying? Like I said, it's real easy for me to get a six-pack, to shed weight and gain muscle. Because when people look at my picture, that's what they're going to visualize. I mean, it will be nearly impossible for you to even visualize Wormwood out of shape. I bet you right now there's 585 people right now that can visualize me right now in their mind with a six-pack. You can visualize some of the pictures that I use on this page. You can visualize it right now, right? So you bring it closer and closer until I'm living that. It's easy for me. Now everybody could see it. Now it has life. Now it glows. This is why I say that validation is good. This is why I say that validation is needed. It's needed. If validation wasn't needed, why do the Most High like praise? The Most High created NPC angels to sing to him and praise him around the throne forever and ever, and even after forever. You hearing what I'm saying? If you do a good job, then you should get the thumbs up. You should get the pat on the back. It makes you do a better job. People start to validate you. People start to visualize good stuff for you. And all you have to do is present a good picture, no matter what that picture is. I'm just giving you an example of the picture that I use on YouTube, but this goes for anything in your life.